Three for the Money is brought to you by the Trend Center app. This is the best tool for sports betting research out there. On the Trend Center app, you can test betting systems from the past 20 years. You explore thousands of existing trends and systems from top betting experts. Choose from hundreds of filters to test different systems for each sport. Save these trends and get notified when these trends have games. Download the app for free using the link in our description and get a free 2-week premium trial. The normal trial is only 3 days. Using the code TFTM. Upgrade your sports betting research today. And they will have college basketball soon, so stay tuned for that. All right, now let's get to the show. Okay. We're here. We're back. It's Three for the Money. New episodes every Thursday. Brought to you by the Trend Center. And it's week 10 of the NFL season. And last week was just okay. And this slate is pretty not okay. This slate, when we were picking these games, it's kind of difficult, at least on my end. It was just picking which games to talk about, which games like actually matter. So these matchups kind of stink, and a lot of good teams are on bye. But we will get into that later. How did we do last week, Chris? How did we do last week?
I did pretty good, actually. Finally had a winning week after back-to-back 500s, which was nice. It was a good refresher. Also, cashed the Surefire parlay, which was clutch. Needed that. This slate, I mean, on paper, does suck, but I love every single bet that I have written down here. Last week there were some that I was like, but I love every single bet that I have. So I'm kind of pretty pumped for what is a pretty mid week. Sean, how are you feeling?
I'm doing all right. I went 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 6, 5, and 1. Not great, not bad. Surefire pick hit obviously because the parlay cashed. But yeah, I agree, Chris. I'm ready to get into sicko week because that's what this is. This slate is disgusting. It's disgusting. But I do love every bet that I've written down. I think you said it perfectly.
Yeah. This week is for the true football fans.
Yeah. And, God willing, am I going to watch Jets Raiders on Sunday Night Football? Bet your ass I am.
Yeah, probably.
It's sicko week, and that's the most sicko primetime game you can have. And I love it.
Yeah.
You can't argue it. I mean, it's gross. It's a gross matchup.
It's just also even even before Aaron Rodgers getting hurt, like this, like say Aaron Rodgers was still playing, this would still be a terrible game.
Yeah.
Like the Raiders were never supposed to be good.
Well, like if Jimmy G hadn't gotten benched either, it was just like, oh boy, Jimmy G and Aaron Rodgers head to head.
If anything, I think it's more entertaining now.
Yeah. There's elements to this game now. Like I love it. So let's get into it though.
Well, hold on.
Okay.
Will,
okay.
How are you doing?
Oh, I'm sorry.
So
he started it off. I assume he already said it.
No. I went 4-3 last week. Obviously hit the Surefire bet. Really put me over the edge, obviously. That double unit play, Josh Dobbs, just a miracle win by the Vikings. I didn't even need them to win. I just needed them to cover. Crazy He didn't even take a single snap in practice. Absolute. I don't even know how to describe that. Just crazy. But yeah, I went 4-3, not too shabby. But I think we can do better. And I will say, even though this slate is kind of not great, this is easily the probably one of the weeks, like middle of the NFL season, that you think back to May. You'd probably burn down a small African village in order to get this type of slate, in order to get Zach Wilson versus whatever bum the
I,
Raiders are going to put out.
I don't know about genocide, but
To
I'd be close to kicking a woodland creature, like a squirrel or something.
to
That's
each
about
their
as
own.
far as go.
I'd kick a squirrel.
This is one of them weeks that keeps you humble. So we're
Yeah.
rocking with it. It's week 10. We're in the meat and potatoes. But yeah, let's get into it. First game we're talking about
Hold
is
on.
the
Chris has a question.
I just real quick before we get into the slate, I placed a future a couple days ago. Actually, I think it was on Tuesday. So yesterday. I placed a future. Kevin O'Connell, the Minnesota Vikings head coach, to win coach of the year at plus 2,200. I think if this team with Josh Dobbs and just the injuries they've had, if they can get into the playoffs like pretty easily with how weak the NFC is. If they can get into the playoffs, I think O'Connell wins this.
Yeah, I don't disagree with that. I think if the Vikings make it to the playoffs, there's a strong case. But if the Lions win that division, that's all Dan Campbell.
I honestly,
So,
Dan Campbell's the favorite right now. He's like plus 250 or something. The Vikings still play the Lions twice.
oh, okay.
The Vikings could still win this division.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like I think they need to win the division for O'Connell to win Coach of the
I get
Year.
it. I mean, their schedule, the Vikings schedule from here on out, they play the Bengals. Like, just looking ahead, they play Saints this week, Broncos, Bears, Raiders, Bengals, Lions, Packers, Lions. They play two good teams, granted, one of those teams twice for the rest of the season. This team could
Mm.
win 10 games, which is pretty without their starting, which, I mean, without the starting quarterback, with a third string quarterback who they signed off the street, or not the street, signed from another team. If they get in the playoffs with Josh Dobbs, I could see O'Connell getting coach of the
Yeah.
year, especially if the Lions fade down the stretch, which I'm not. They could because they are the Lions. As much as I hate to admit it, I'm rooting for them, but I think O'Connell plus 2,200 to win coach of the year. I think that might be a sharp bet, dare I say.
yes, it's
It's a
I can see that. I can see. I mean, I just think if they can make it into the playoffs, like I don't know, it's kind of like when Vrabel is able to make the playoffs when we have 92 players.
Exactly. And like it, I mean, the Vikings have more injuries than just Kirk Cousins. Obviously, that's huge. But I mean, yeah, Jefferson on the sideline for. I mean, he's coming back, but was on IR. And they have some O linemen down. Their defense is banged up. I don't know if they can get into the playoffs, which I think they will. Then I think it's a good bet.
it's interesting that the Vikings won all four of their games where Justin Jefferson wasn't playing.
Are the Vikings better without Justin Jefferson?
Some are
I
asking.
I am not
Some are
saying
asking.
that.
Some
Some are
people are saying
asking,
that.
but
Me and Will both asked that, so that's two. So
so,
some.
it's art. I mean, we're talking about it, right?
Some people are asking.
Some people are asking. So I don't know. I think that's a consensus question,
All right.
All right.
but I'm ready to get into it.
I just wanted to run that by you. Let's get into it.
All right, let's get into it. We got the Titans at the Buccaneers. Bucks are home favorites by 1.5. Titans name a new starter, Will Levis. Our future. our light, our Prometheus. What are we thinking about this game, boys? I'm going to throw it to Sean. What do you think?
I'm going over 38.5 here. Levis, he's been good. He's been good.
Yes.
He has been great. He has been good. And I love a rookie that can move the ball efficiently. And that's exactly what Levis does with this offense. Him and D-Hop are, oh my God, it's magical. It's so good. But also, neither of these teams can really defend the pass that much. And the Bucks have good receivers. Obviously Godwin and Evans. I think the score just kind of rockets. And I think this is kind of set 38.5. That's a little low. I kind of expect a high scoring game from these, dog shit teams. But yeah, over 38.5. Chris, what do you got?
Well, before I get into mine, is this another sneaky over? Because you've hit 2 sneaky overs in a row.
I pushed on last week's sneaky over.
That's right. I'm sorry. You're right.
So I'm 1-0-1 on sneaky overs, but yeah, let's make it a sneaky over.
I love it.
Let's make it.
Okay. Like you said, Will Levis versus Baker Mayfield. An unstoppable force meets an immovable object. Just how football was meant to be played. I'm just kidding. Titans money line all damn day. We're gonna dummy them. The Bucks suck. They had their little good start. You were like 3-2, but they've come back to earth. They stink. Their defense is terrible. Baker is, he is what Baker is, which is average at best. Unfortunately, as a Baker guy, I hate to admit it, but I don't see how the Titans don't win this game. Will Levis, like you said, Will, is the truth. He's the future. He is everything. This is the first of many Titans consecutive wins on our way to a Super Bowl. So how do you not take him? Will, what do you think?
I agree,
Well
Chris.
said, Chris.
It could be right.
Yeah, you could.
Some are saying
right.
And I'll be the first one to say it too. Yeah, some are saying Super Bowl run starts now. Week 10 is the perfect place to start a Super Bowl run.
Yeah, when you get hot.
Yeah, I'm on Titans money line. They are the better team. When you compare these two teams, it's like, okay, who's the better coach? It's Vrabel. Who needs to string together some wins in order to not lose their job? That would be Mike Vrabel. I don't know. I mean, you take a look at the last 18 games. He's won 3 of them.
No, I agree with that. Well, kind of. I don't think he's really in danger of losing his job yet, at least. Obviously, if they lose like 5 in a row, we have the conversation. But Todd Bowles is terrible. Yes. That's really all I wanted to say, but continue.
And the Bucks have just not been very good this year. It's just plain and simple. And neither have the Titans, but the main thing is, like, the Titans cannot seem to win on the road. But now that we have given our future, our light, our Levis, the reins to this team, he will take us to the promised land. And Titans money line, we're taking it. Next game, we got the 49ers at the Jacksonville Jaguars. Jags been pretty hot. Niners been pretty not. They're off the bye. Jags are home dogs by 3. This is kind of like I don't know. I think if the Niners get a tad bit healthy, like if Trent comes back, I think the Niners could definitely kind of gut check the Jags. There are 3-point dogs. They aren't favored. But it's just kind of like this is a first place schedule for the Jaguars, which we kind of went over the preseason, went over win totals. This is a first place team, first place schedule, playing the Jags. I'm taking the Niners -3 here. I think this is a wake up moment for the Niners. Hey, we need to string together some wins. We got Chase Young on the trade deadline. He has yet to play. Now he's playing. And I think this is a Niners comeback to supremacy moment. And I am going to throw it to Christopher.
I agree with everything you just said, Will. I think, like you said, the Niners need, like, they're off the bye. They need a bounce back, get right game. I think Brock Purdy has had a concussion for 2 weeks. He was taken out of the game against Minnesota for concussion protocol, and they let him back in, and he did not look good. And then he did not look good against the Bengals. Also got roughed up against the Bengals. So I think he might have been fighting a concussion for 2 weeks. I think he's healthy now, hopefully at least healthy now off the bye. Who have the Jags played? Like, I know they're 6-2. Their one good win is against the Bengals in London. And that's
Bills.
like, or what I say?
Bengals.
Bengals.
Oh, I'm sorry. You're right. Bills in London. And that's, the Bills got there like the day before they played. Obviously not really, but hyperbole. I don't buy the Jags. I think Niners need to get right game, like you said. I'll take my Niners -3. They're just better. They just are. So I'll lay the points with the road dog. Sean, what do you got? Or road favorite, excuse me. Sean, what do you got?
Yeah, I couldn't agree more with you guys. In my notes here, I have get right game, which is what what we just talked about.
Yes.
But both these teams are actually coming off a bye. The Niners needed it more than the 49ers, but I think some key pieces to the 49ers will be back. I believe Deebo Samuel is projected to play, which could be huge. I know not having him out there has crushed Brock Purdy's confidence. I mean, like, man, in those 3 games he's missed, they're 0-3. So, yeah, I think this is just such a great rebound game to get right back in it. And, like, yeah, this is a first place. This is a first place matchup. And this could be the Titans, and I'm glad it's not. So
True.
I'll let the Jacksonville Jaguars get the L at home. So Niners -3.
All right. The next game, divisional matchup, AFC North. We got the Browns visiting the Ravens. The Ravens are home favorites by 6 points. Chris, what do you think about this game?
Whenever I think of just Ravens and Browns playing, I think of just sloppy, just gross defensive football. And I think that's what we're going to get this week. Under 38 is my play for the game. The Ravens offense is humming, granted, against the last few weeks against not great defenses. The Browns have a phenomenal defense. And obviously Deshaun Watson is not good when he actually plays. So I think this is going to be a stinky game. So yeah, I'm going to go under 38. This strikes me as like a 20-13, honestly, like max game. Maybe even like 17, 16, 13. So yeah, I'm sticking with that. I think that's a great play. Just when I close my eyes and I think Browns Ravens, I just think defense. So I'm going under 38. Yeah, sloppy, gross. I don't know what the weather is. If it could rain, that would be just icing on the cake for what is just a defensive matchup. So I'm going under 38. Will, what are you taking?
I love that pick, but I will not be taking it. I will be taking the Browns +6 here. And from our good friends over at the Trend Center, I found a monster stat. Here it is. AFC North divisional dogs are 43, 22, and 2 against the spread. 7-3 in the last
Shit.
10.
I like that. I like that a lot, actually.
6
Can
is
you
a
say
big
that
number.
number again? The record.
It is 43, 22, and 2 against the spread, and 7-3 in the last 10. So I will be taking the Browns. I know I've kind of faded the Ravens the last 2 weeks. One of them worked out, one of them did not. And I know that the Ravens can definitely outscore the Browns here, but just like Chris said, this is just going to be a sloppy, doppy game. Doppy's not a word. But I think that the Browns, with their defense, which is better than the Ravens' defense, I think this game could be very close. And I will be taking the Browns +6 here. Sean, I have a feeling I know what you're going to take. What are you going to take?
You got me questioning things because that's such a good stat. And I think I went against Trend Center last week, which I should have never done because they're always there for us.
Numbers don't lie.
Yeah, numbers don't lie. I have Ravens -6 written down. I do think the Ravens could potentially be undefeated if it weren't for like their 2 fluky losses against the Colts and the Steelers. And the Ravens have a strong defense. And Clayton Tune, or no, sorry, not Clayton Tune. Geno Smith obviously didn't give the Ravens defense any trouble last week.
Did they get like 6 first downs the entire game?
Yes, I didn't watch it. If I'm
I didn't
being
either,
honest.
but I went back through the box score and it was just like punt, 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 missed field goal, fumble, punt, punt,
Ugh.
punt. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know, but we had that in the Bandit all dog parlay, and instead of doing research, he's napping.
He's sleeping.
He's sleeping right now.
And we listen to this guy?
Yeah, I know. You know, not a single leg of that parlay hit last week.
It's almost more impressive.
Yeah.
Some say that's harder.
Some would say that is harder. I do think Deshaun will give this defense a little more trouble than Geno Smith. Obviously, Deshaun Watson is a better quarterback. I think I'm going to change my pick here. I love that under. Yeah. I love the under. Yeah, that's just like such a sloppy game. Like that's
gonna
just
be gross. Yeah.
That's just screaming, "Hey, under, take it." And it's low.
It's 38? Very low. 38. That's what I got it at.
Same as the Titans. So, okay. Yeah, Browns Ravens under 38.5 is my official pick.
Let's go.
Changing it now.
Okay. Next game. This game has the potential to rock, but we will definitely see. It's the Lions at the Chargers. The Chargers are home dogs by 3. I feel like this line is appropriate for this game. Sean, you go first for this one.
Okay. Chargers haven't beaten a good team all year. Plain and simple. I would responsibly hammer the Lions -3. I believe they're on the road.
It's in LA.
It's in LA. Okay. Yeah. I love it even more. I love when the Chargers get embarrassed in front of their fans. And fans. They have paid actors as fans. So
yeah, all 20 of them and that Asian lady.
Yeah. That's who I was talking about. But Will and I were talking the other day, and it's like I really want to like the Chargers, but I can't until they get a new head coach, because Brandon Staley's a fucking moron. And I bet Jets money line last week. Obviously that was a huge swing and a miss. I was honestly more betting on the on Staley to suck than the Jets to suck, but the Jets fucking suck. So, and you know who doesn't suck? Dan Campbell and the Lions. So, Lions
Yeah.
-3. That's the pick. Hammer it in. Will, what do you got?
I have the over in this game. Yes, very not very usual of me.
No,
This
you
is
never
very
take
much
overs.
nope, I do not.
You never take them.
Will
Don't
hates
worry,
fun.
points.
He hates fun.
I hate fun and I love money. I will be taking over 48 and a half. Like I said, I think this game has the potential to rock. Lions are coming off a bye. They're getting healthier. I think their defense is, the very middle of the road. Same thing with the Chargers, but I definitely think the Chargers can put up points as well as the Lions. Obviously, the Lions want to run through a brick wall at all facets of the game because of their coach. Um, uh, and I don't know, something about this game. I want points. I want it to rock. I want to watch it and I want it to rock. So this is kind of a vibes play over 48 and a half. Chris, what do you think about this game?
I'm going Lions -3. I think they are head and shoulders better than the Chargers. I've never seen a team win a game like the Chargers did against the Jets by 3 touchdowns, and still after the game being like, that team sucks. They did nothing whatsoever to impress. Like, yeah, Joey or whichever Bosa it is, I forget.
Joey.
The ugly one, the ugly Bosa. He
Yeah.
had a phenomenal game. Don't get me wrong. The entire defensive line had a phenomenal game. Other than that, I mean, Herbert sucked. Keenan Allen was average at best. Um, Eckler was fine. He did what was asked of him. Nothing about this Chargers team impresses me whatsoever. I think their defense, I mean, outside of their defensive line, which is great, which is all they needed against Zach Wilson, I think their secondary is not good, which we have seen throughout the year. I think the Lions, take care of business. I think they go in. I think they might win this game by 2 touchdowns. Honestly, I think they're that much better. I'm gonna go Lions -3 all day.
Hell yeah.
Oh yeah. Okay. Well, the next game is Sunday Night Football. As we previously stated, this game is not going to be good. It's not going to be good at all. It's the Jets at the Raiders. The Raiders are home dogs by 1.5. This game stinks.
Well, why don't you just go ahead and say your pick because we all know what you're going to take.
It's the under. It's the under 36 and a half. This game's gonna stink. This game's gonna not be good. It's a primetime game. These games stink. And like, who's the bum on the Raiders that is quarterback now? That's not Jimmy G.
Hey! Watch your mouth. Aiden O'Connell is not a bum.
Aiden O'Connell. Okay, I've never heard of him. That's what I said.
He's a
You said
rookie.
you said Hayden.
I said Aiden.
Oh, you said Hayden.
I thought he said Hayden too.
Yeah, I think he did.
I said Aiden.
Mm.
I mean, I think that
He's not a bum. He's definitely not a bum.
all right.
I'm just saying he's not.
All right. If I had to choose a side, I'd probably take the Raiders here. Just because I mean they have Max Crosby, their D line's pretty decent, and if we know anything from last week, the Jets O line is complete dog shit. I think it's Zach Wilson. He's not gonna do well. He's not gonna do well again in prime time. It's not gonna go well for him. So I'm taking under 36 and a half. It's gonna be not fun. Chris, what do you think?
I'm gonna ride my boys again with the Raiders. I mean, obviously they're my Surefire last week. They just dismantled the Giants. Normally, the smart play is to ride the interim coach in his first week and then fade him the rest of the way. But I mean, the Jets suck, man. They're bad. So I think the Raiders could win this game off of vibes alone. That's how just terrible the Jets are. Obviously, Jets defense very good, but I wanted to take the under. Actually, I might double dip. Actually, I am. What is it? 36.5?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Raiders money line and under 36.5. This game is going to suck. The Raiders obviously are not going to put up 30, whatever they had last week. I stopped paying attention after they were just mollywhopping the Giants. But yeah, Raiders money line and the under 36.5. Raiders win an ugly one. So, Sean, what do you got?
I also have Raiders money line.
Let's
In my
go.
notes here, I wrote Jets fucking suck.
All right.
That's it.
Stellar
They
research.
fucking suck. No, I really like that now that Josh McDaniels is gone and Aiden O'Connell is quarterback. I think strong move for the Raiders to have victory cigars after they beat the Giants. But that was the vibe, dude. I don't know if they were victory cigars or if they were like, thank God that McDaniels is gone cigars.
That's what I was going to say. Even if they lost that game, they probably would have done that.
Yeah, probably.
There's like, thank God this motherfucker is gone.
the vibe, like the video I saw, everybody was just kind of like, yeah, like we won. Like they weren't like, jumping up and down. Like it was like,
Exactly.
yeah, we won. And I was like, okay, cool. I don't think you needed cigars, but all right. Whatever. But let's run it back again. Let's run it back again. Let's get more victory cigars in the locker room. It's Vegas. You can smoke anywhere. So just light up in the locker room. Inside cigars. I love it. Raiders money line.
Let's go.
Now that the main slate that we're talking about is done, we're going to go into our Surefire double unit. Will not lose plays of the week. Sean, what is yours? What is your double unit play? Surefire.
My Surefire pick of the week is Falcons Cardinals under 43.5. What are we doing?
Not scoring points.
Yeah, I mean, Falcons suck. Kyler Murray he's apparently starting, which coming off an ACL injury towards the end of the season. Yeah, you might be okay, but I've never been a Kyler man. I think last season you could go back, check the tape. I fucking hate his guts. And new Call of Duty drops this Friday. So you know what Kyler's going to be doing instead of preparing for a game that he hasn't played in a year. He's going to be playing Call of Duty, watching zero tape. Watch them win this game though, but that'll be hilarious. But yeah, I think the play here is under 43.5. That's really high. It's pretty high.
It is.
Chris, I would love to hear what your double unit Surefire play of the week is.
Glad you asked. The Dallas Cowboys. I was exactly right about them. I was. They beat up on terrible teams, and then I shouldn't say exactly, because Mike McCarthy did a good job. He did not turn into Chris Broussard's cousin last week. Dak at the end did. But again, the Dallas Cowboys.
Love that joke.
Oh, it's hilarious. The Dallas Cowboys beat terrible teams. And who do they have this week? Tommy DeVito and the New York Giants. Like, this might be one of the worst football teams ever assembled. Cowboy, it's a big old spread. Cowboys minus 16.5. The Cowboys could win this game 30-0. And I'm like, if that happened, would you be shocked?
No, because the Giants lost 40-0 week 1 against the Cowboys.
They cannot move the football whatsoever. The Giants, like, especially with Tommy DeVito, like, no disrespect. That guy sucks.
Is it confirmed that he's starting and not Tyrod Taylor?
I
Tyrod
think
Taylor.
they
Tyrod's on
confirmed it today.
Tyrod's on IR.
Oh God,
They
did not
signed
know that.
they signed Matt Barkley. I think a
Mm.
week or so ago, but I don't care. DeVito is going to start over Barkley. I will be shocked if Barkley does not at least appear. That doesn't change anything. That guy hasn't played in years. He sucks too. Like I said, the Cowboys going to win this game 30-0. I might sprinkle Cowboys minus 20.5 too, if I'm being honest. I mean, they're pissed after last week. They need just a drop your nuts on the table kind of game, and I think they get it here. This is going to be ugly. This is a game that Fox cuts away at halftime because it'll be 28-0. So that's it. Cowboys minus 16.5, double unit, surefire, guaranteed not to lose. Play of the week.
Hey,
Will,
you
what do
got
you
it. You got it.
I've been practicing. I've been shadowboxing in the mirror. Will, what do you got?
I got the Manders at the Seahawks under 45.5.
Yes.
These two
Yeah.
teams,
Yeah.
very mid, very, very mid. But over at the Trend Center, are the great folks at Trend Center. They dropped a monster stat. Okay. I love this stat. Okay, here we go. Since 2022, teams that lost their previous game going against teams with a lower win percentage, the under is 63, 32, and 2. And the Seahawks lost their game last week. Um, and the Commanders are under 500 right now. And Sam Howell only shows up in divisional games. That is the only time he shows up. Look at the tape. And the Seahawks are very mid, very mid. So 45 kind of high for both these teams. So I will be rocking under 45.5. Brought to you by the Trend Center. Thank you very much. All right. Now, our surefire picks are done. Now it's for the rest of our cards. Chris, what is the rest of your card?
All right, rest of the bunch. We start over in Germany. Colts, Pats, under 43.5. I don't know who's going to win this game, but I'm predicting the final score of 23-20. I think it's going to be a game that we have to sweat the under for the last quarter and a half, but both these teams suck. Plus, taken to travel under 43.5. Next play, Vikings plus 2.5. Going with my alopecia king, Josh Dobbs. And I also, as we talked about, I have Kevin O'Connell to win head coach of the year. So I really like the Vikings to win this game. Also, the Saints stink. They couldn't cover against the Bears, despite having the ball in the Bears red zone. I feel like 3 times in the last 10 minutes of that game. Absurd. Steelers minus 3.5 against the Packers. Steelers at home, different animal. Their defense is incredible. Jordan Love is going to be living on his ass for this entire game. TJ Watt might have 3 sacks. Steelers will dominate. Seahawks Commanders under 45.5. I have that exact stat written down. Well, I was going to give it to the people, but you beat me to it. So I'll give you guys another stat brought to you by the phenomenal folks over at Trend Center. Cardinals money line.
Ugh.
Since hear me out. I know it's gross. I know it's gross. Since 2013, home dogs who scored 9 or fewer points in the previous week, who are facing a conference opponent, are 49, 29, and 2 against the spread in the last 10 years. 9, 0, and 1 in the last 10.
Jesus.
That is as specific as it gets, which means it's the winner. Cardinals money line all damn day. Kyler Murray doesn't even have to play well. The Falcons are so bad. They are so bad. Bijan Robinson's probably going to have 5 carries for 50 yards. And the Cardinals are going to win. It's going to be gross. this game's going to suck. It will go under. Sean had that. So
Good.
Cardinals money line all damn day. Give it to me. And that's the card. They're all winners. Sean, hit me with the rest of your card.
Will, hit me with the rest of your card.
Okay.
I want to go last.
Oh, okay.
I want to go last.
I was like, did I miss something?
No, I want to go last.
Okay, good.
Okay. I forgot to make a bet for the Germany game, so I'm going to ride the under. I'm going to ride Chris's under. Germany under 43.5. That game's going to stink. Just a piss poor display of football that we have to give to the Germans. So, yeah, under. And then I have the under in the Packers-Steelers game. Steelers defense is elite. They cannot put up points. It is very difficult for them. Same thing with the Packers. Jordan Love stinks. Cannot put up points. Under 38.5. That's almost a lock. And then I guess I might as well give out my Monday night play, which is Broncos Bills under 47.5. What is it, Chris?
I'm shocked.
Yeah, you should be. Yeah, you're shocked I'm winning money.
I was on weighted breath waiting for your Monday night pick.
The people know I'm going to take it anyway. I might as well just say it. And
Willie
I never
unders.
said never said the trend center trend record for like the primetime since 2018. Primetime unders are 56, 21, and 1. So I will be taking that under. But I also might just mix it up and, take a side for that game.
Yeah, take a stand. Take a stand on something.
Believe in something, man.
I believe in winning money. And that's my card.
That's fair.
Sean, what is your card?
Well, the reason I wanted to go last is because, boys, I think we've put together a phenomenal card for this week. I think we're pretty much all in agreement across the entire board. And you know what? The rest of my plays show that. I got Colts Pats under 43.5. International game. What are you going to do? Vikings plus 2.5. Pure Astro Dobbs bet. I also have written down in my notes, Saints had every chance to cover last week and just didn't.
I can't believe they didn't cover that game.
Yeah, also, that pissed me off because I had the sneaky over, and that fuck missed that field goal. And that would have covered the Saints and also hit the over. So that guy's dead to me. I don't even know his name, but he can rot in hell.
So it's with an L, I think. I forget what it is.
It's not Will Lutz.
That guy's good.
Yeah, and he's also gone. But I have the Manders Seahawks under 45.5. And I also have the Cowboys minus 16. Do I like betting the biggest spread of the year? No. Do the Cowboys like to beat up awful teams at home? Yes. Dallas has won by 20 in all three, by at least 20 in all three of their home games this season.
Let's go.
This is so easy.
Let's go.
Easy. Yes. Rams, Patriots, and Jets, I believe, are the three home teams that they've played. And yeah, they've all won by at least 20, which I think the Jets it was 30-10.
I think it was 6.
Was it 6?
I don't think they scored a touchdown.
Maybe
it was
a
lot.
The Patriots. Maybe it was the Patriots then. I don't know, but yeah, Dallas is good at home. They're good in Jerry World. So Dallas Cowboys minus 16, and that's the card. That's it.
Hell yeah.
This is either going to be phenomenal or terrible.
This is a
there's no in between.
Well, during the regular season, not sicko week. I mean, I feel like either all three of us could be on one side or the other, and it'd be like, okay. But I think we all did our research separately, and we came up good, and we came out on. I don't think anybody's opposing anybody.
I think you're right.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think we did good, and I think it's going to be a good week for a bad slate of football.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, it's we're either gonna everyone on the show is either gonna do really really well or really bad.
That's so there. Either way, like the record, no one's gonna be like any worse for wear with the records this week.
Yeah,
I mean,
no one's gonna take a commanding lead after this.
yeah. Well, shit. That's about it.
Shit.
Thank you so much for listening and watching. We really appreciate it. Like, comment, subscribe. Download the Trend Center app with the link in our bio. You get a free 2-week trial on the latest trends. They are going to drop college basketball in the next week or two. It's going to be electric. It's going to be crazy.
I cannot wait. It's going to be the best day of my life.
Yeah, yes. I need help.
Yeah. And you know, midweek betting has been better for me. I've been stringing together some 2-in-1 days. And yeah, we're rocking with it. Am I forgetting anything? I don't think so. No, nobody? Okay. Follow us on everything. Link is in the bio for Thursday night pick and Bandit's All Dog Parlay. Maybe he won't sleep through these picks anymore.
Bandit's been sleeping outside for like a month.
Yeah. He's
kind of ice cold. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's just a dog.
He's kind of ice cold though.
Doesn't know how to read line. Where is he? Oh, he's outside.
Right here. No.
He lives outside now.
He's gonna be like Brian in that Family Guy episode where he had to live outside. He turned into Tom Hanks from Castaway.
All right. Well, thank you so much for listening and watching. Super appreciate it. Rest of the